head of Team 1, Regional Vice President with Ameriplan USA, and this is really a guide, step-by-step guide for you to be able to run ads on Craigslist. Between the Craigslist ads and your 800 link back office, all of you now should have your 800 link set up. You should also know how to go in there and pull your leads and switch the conference call day out from Monday to Thursday. You should, know how to get in there and find your messages. It's a very simple system, and it will be, like you heard me say, the most lucrative vending machine business you have ever had. Now, I want to talk to you about Craigslist. Craigslist is a very passive way to recruit. It really doesn't take a lot of time. We've got the reservation system locked and loaded for you, and the messages that are in there, of course, lets people know to make a reservation. They get on the live call, and I do the rest. Typically at about 5:30 to 6 Eastern, I'll send out a reminder text, and all of you have in scripts. At the very top, you have a text sample of what I send out, just to, confirm. You do not need to talk to your prospects prior to the call. You are absolutely going to follow up with them after that, but there's really very little, if any, time it takes other than placing your ad in the cities. Now, it's going to take some preparation, but it's so much fun. All of you should have Craigslist cities and costs. And it's an email where I break down every 400. There's 400 different markets on Craigslist and the costs. There's a lot of markets on Craigslist that are only $20 or $25, $30, $35, or $45. The $45 have been worked pretty hard, and the $35. The ones that are there's 400 markets, so you'll find a lot of good values for $20 or $25, sometimes for $15. So what you want to do first is do a little research, look at the population of some various cities. If the population is 100,000 plus, preferably 150,000, and the ad's only $20 or so, that's a great market. And you're going to find cities that have 200,000 population for $25. So you also want to go pick a zip code of that city, because you have to enter the zip code when you place the ad. And the other thing you're going to look at is if there's an ad, you don't want to be on top of another ad. If there's not one of us in there and it's been a week, then I'd say it's a pretty good time, it's a pretty good market to put your ad. If you see another bunch of ads like ours in there, and you'll know because it's usually some combination like easy 10-minute sale, health benefits, etc., you'll know it's an Ameriplan ad for our team. Because we're the only ones who have the system we use, fortunately, then I would not place it in there. Now, you can always go back and look, but you should be able to do some research. If you spend an hour or so, it's a lot of fun, because think of it, you're finding the bait to put on the hook. And that's what you're doing, and you're casting your lines out there. And Craigslist brings you some really good people, too, a really high quality of person. So you might want to spend about an hour or so checking different markets, looking at the population. I would not be putting an ad in a market that has like a 50,000 population. There's so many others that have bigger than that. Now, there's some markets that are as low as $10. Again, my advice to you is to spend a little bit more and get a lot more population. But there's some very good values out there if you look around. And the other cool thing is you don't have to tell us where you're putting your ads. It's like a little franchise. When you find a market that works, that's giving you a good result, that's fantastic. And remember, a certain portion of people are going to call in. They're going to listen to that message that I've set up for you on your 800 link phone number. And you're going to have plenty of them, half or so, that probably don't make a reservation, but those are all still fantastic leads. So it's a very strong lead, because these are incoming prospects that are looking. They're in sales right now. They're sharp. And again, at under $200 to get started, including all the benefits, it's always, it's a win-win over here. And you'll make that back. Just think about this. If you had a $25 ad out there and you got a $200 rep out of it, that's what's that, about a tenfold return on your money, something like that, not to mention who they might bring in and what they might do. So I believe Craigslist is a very good investment. You've got to be consistent. You might put something in and you don't get many calls. No big deal. You test your markets, but usually if you place an ad, you're going to get calls for a few days. It'll stay in there for 30 days. And you can go in and refresh your headings if you want. That's the thing people really look at. And I've given you some ad samples. You should have the ad samples in your material, but you can create your own ad. You just got to keep a MiraPlan's name out of it. You've got to keep it very generic and blind, and you can't use specific income illustrations. For instance, generate 1,000 a day or make 500 to 1,000 a week. No, you can't do any of that. You can say build a six-figure walk-away residual income, huge bonuses, and commissions paid daily, that kind of thing you could do, just to let you know. So with that being said, let's say you've got some markets now, you want to place an ad. I typically do mine in the mornings. Remember, we've got a call Monday and Thursday nights, so if it's after Thursday, you're going to have calls coming in all week for the Monday call, because you should know now how to go in and change Monday for Thursday, change it out on your under services in the 800 link back office. It's super easy to do. And about 7 o'clock the night of, let's say, a Thursday night call around 7 p.m., I'm going to change it and make it so everyone that calls in hears Monday's call instead, makes a reservation for that, and vice versa on Monday. So, make sure your ad is in all caps. You can look around, see what other people have, but you want to make sure it's all caps. Think of a company name. I call myself ABC, not the liquor store. It stands for American Benefit Consultants. Think about you. You could call yourself by your first initial and last name initial associate. So let's say your name is Sarah Johnson. You could say SJA for Sarah Johnson and Associates, SJA. It's going to ask you that. Pick one zip code from the market you're going to run your ad in. It's going to ask you how's the pay. It's commissions. You're going to put commission. It's going to ask if you want emails, and no, you do not want emails for sure. You don't want them. You don't want resumes. You want everyone to call in. So you do not want what's called the email relay. Employee's choice is how you're going to put it, part-time or full-time. You're going to put employee's choice in there. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you need. That's pretty much it. And put your ad all in caps. And like I said, once you start building an inventory, it's going to take a little time to post your first few ads, but then they're in your inventory, and to just reload them, it just takes you a minute to go in and repost. I would start with as many as you can, maybe 2 or 3 on a Monday, or, if you don't want to wait till a Monday and you want to get the phone ringing on whatever day it is right now, you could do that as well. But it's going to get that phone ringing. We will talk about incoming calls. There's also a live dial call that you'll be getting shortly that shows me on the phone. Basically, when you're calling people back that did not leave a message, you're basically going to go ahead and hand them over the recorded version of the call. And you've got a script. It's called a script using the 1-2 punch. And you will have that script as well. And basically, you just have them listen to the 30-minute call, and it shows you how to do that. You do not need to make them make a reservation to be on the call, since they did not do that initially. You just say, listen, Sarah, you called in to my ad on Craigslist, the easiest sale in America. How are you? Well, as you already know, and you reiterate what the ad says. We're a health benefits package. We have no competition. What do you do now? What has you looking great? Do you have a pen handy? And have them call the recorded version of the call. And that works fine, too. There's also a really great text you can send all of those people. And in your scripts, one of the things you got with scripts is a sample text to send people that did not leave a message. And when you send that text out, when they request more information and they say yes, then you can send them the recorded version of the call. A lot of my team likes to do that as well. Just know you're going to go through a learning curve, but I love Craigslist ads. It allows me on minimal time to be the leading recruiter in a MiraPlan, and have the rest of my time to work with all of you nice people. So be consistent with your ads. I suggest running a couple of ads maybe on a Monday and a couple more on a Wednesday or whatever day of the week it is, a Friday. You know, those ads are going to come in and the calls are going to come in, and hopefully you'll have a nice group that makes a reservation for Monday or Thursday night's call. You want to make sure, again, to text them the night of the call just to confirm. You remind them they're on the invitation list with your phone number. Very important. And follow up with everyone. And once you've talked to them after a conference call, and if, either they're going to want to go to your website and get signed up, and you're going to get them signed up. If they need to get their money together or to think about it a little bit, you've got the closing call, which is a 15-minute call done by me, which really gets them excited about moving forward. So there's 2 recruiting calls we have. There's actually 3. There's an icebreaker, which is a 2-minute call. All of you have this on your important number sheet. But this icebreaker is good with people you know in your warm market. It's a 2-minute deal, and that number is 641-715-3900, 641-715-3900, extension 289-323-pound, 289-323-pound, all right? Then you've got the actual recorded opportunity call, which is the one to put people on, which is what I do on a live call, 302-202-1115, 302-202-1115, and the extension is 556-494-31-pound, 556-494-31-pound. That's the live call. And then the third call, and these are all recruiting oriented. The third call, we call it the closing call. I wouldn't call it with them, but let's say you've got someone, they just need a little bit more to be comfortable to move forward. That call does that. And if you haven't listened to it, listen to it from the perspective of what it's designed for, and that is 641-715-3900, 641-715-3900, extension 483-678-pound, 483-678-pound. All of these, you guys, you should have on your important number sheets. Now, also use your sponsor. If you're working directly with me, you know who I am. You know who your sponsor is. If you've got someone that's really excited, they've gone through both calls, they've listened to the basic call and the closing call, and they're interested in moving forward, and you want to have me say hello, and you're working right with me, absolutely, I'm here to do that. But these calls eliminate having to put us on the phone with a complete stranger who knows nothing. Never do that with me. Just happy to help you. If you've got someone, they're super excited, they just need a final little word of encouragement, happy to be here for you for that. When you learn to use these recorded calls, it's going to make a huge difference in your time management, and it eliminates a lot of the monotonous things you normally have to do in the field of network marketing. Be continuous with your ads. Give this some time. Give it a month to really start working really well for you. And then we've got some other great techniques for lead generation, including leadpower.net. There's also the group market. If you are interested in marketing to group, we have a whole group training on that as well. So after the beep, please leave me your name, area code, and phone number, your name, area code, and phone number, who your sponsor is, and let me know if you enjoyed the call. All right? We will see you at the top. Leave me that information after the beep, and you're ready to start your ads. Bye-bye.